the City players out there as well. And Phil Foden, of course, hasn't played or figured for Manchester City since the 6-0 cup win over Burnley. His last game was actually, of course, coming on as a substitute for England in Italy. He's missed City's last 4 games. And what you can say about the situation at the minute is that Pep Guardiola is trying to manage his squad. Obviously, no matter how much care he tried to take of Jack Grealish, you couldn't avoid a situation like appendicitis. But what he has been doing of late, we've seen it in the last 2 Premier League games, is making 5 substitutes. We saw Erling Haaland taken off at half-time, so no chance of a hat-trick against Leicester City. Stones, Rodri and De Bruyne also brought off in the second half. And as I say, 5 substitutes on that day. But when you look at the time that it was that Stones, De Bruyne and Rodri were brought out relatively early in the game as well, so just trying to manage their workload. And you look at the form that City are in at the minute. They've been relentless since those back-to-back draws against Forest and Leipzig. They've won 10 straight games in all competitions. Since the defeat to Spurs, they've won 12 out of 14, unbeaten in that time, of course, as well. The 3-0 victory over Bayern in the first leg really emphasising the kind of form they're in, and probably emphasising as well why this is a bit more of a harmonious dressing room than the Bayern dressing room at the moment.
We see Erling Haaland there. Got another 2 goals at the weekend. Looks to smash lots of records in his debut season for City. How much is there then the growing sense and the realisation that he could well be the difference for City in terms of winning the Champions League?
Well, I think we've made the point so many times this season, Rob, that Erling Haaland was brought in to deliver the Champions League for Manchester City. And I don't know what else we can say about him. The stats speak for themselves, and I could just trot out a few more here. Erling Haaland has scored in each of his last 6 games now, 14 goals in that time, including the 5 against Leipzig, a hat-trick against Burnley in the Cup, another 2 at the weekend, of course, against Leicester. 32 Premier League goals in total now, equaling Mo Salah's record for a 38-game season. 47 goals in total now across all competitions, and he scored 11 in the Champions League. 1 more will put him level with Ruud van Nistelrooy for the most Champions League goals in a season by a Premier League player. Van Nistelrooy scoring 12 in 2002-2003. It's just incredible run of form, incredible stats, and as you say, Rob, smashing records left, right and centre.
Yeah, but can we take this game against Bayern in isolation? Because they are in a great position to progress, but they've got 3 games in the space of a week in 3 competitions. How much will that be playing on Pep's mind?
Well, first and foremost, Pep Guardiola will want to make sure that there's no route back into this tie for Bayern Munich with that 3-0 advantage. I imagine to a certain extent they will look and have a certain eye on what is coming ahead. Yes, there is the FA Cup semi-final against Sheffield United at the weekend. Then, of course, the title showdown, if you want to call it that, with Arsenal on Wednesday. City 4 points behind, having played a game less as well. And also worth noting that Pep Guardiola is after his 100th Champions League win as a manager in his career. So what he will also be looking to guard against is the fact that only 4 teams have progressed from a Champions League knockout tie when losing the first leg by 3 goals or more. And none have managed that since Liverpool, of course, did it to Barcelona back in 2019. And I suppose there'll be no sympathy going back to Bayern Munich either. You look at the situation that Thomas Tuchel is in at the moment. They let a lead slip at the weekend in that draw, that 1-1 draw with Hoffenheim. Tuchel has won just 2 of his first 5 games as Bayern Munich. So, as I say, I don't think there'll be an expectation from Bayern Munich either that Pep Guardiola, on his return there, will be taking it easy against them. And it'll all be about making sure it's safe passage through with that 3-0 advantage already in the bag.